Hello, welcome to episode 8, and already you can tell that this is a different episode because it starts with a cold open, which I never do in Jennyffer, or at least I haven't done so far, but I have done it now. And what could this episode be about? Well, it's about Jennyffer receiving a very special visit. Again, no credit for this background. I traced it from LAX, I think.
Anybody traveling with children?
I am so sorry for this joke, because I was just looking for like generic airport sounds online, and I found this completely out of context, and I had no idea where it was from. So I thought like, oh, it's just a generic joke to put in the thing, but it's from NerdCube, which is an internet show, and I didn't know that at the time, and it's a pity.
Hate you.
Who could this character be? I love that his hand actually shakes a little before dialing the number. It's like the guy has so much rage contained within his body that he's shaking from it. Honey, I'm back. That voice destroyed my throat. And I am already starting to establish a new joke here. Like, I'm establishing a bit of a 3-beat here. A running gag, if you will. That's such an amazing gag. That's another fan favorite. Fucking sick Ezra Furman reference. Ezra Furman was one of those artists that I discovered before, just almost like immediately before they transitioned, and I was like, oh my god, Ezra Furman. I discovered them through the sex education trailer on Netflix where they used the I Love You So Bad song from Ezra Furman, and I was like, oh, this guy looks very interesting, and they look very fun, and they look very cool, and oh man, I really identify with this guy. This was before I transitioned. And I really identify with this guy, and he looks so interesting, and they have such an interesting form of gender expression. I appreciate that they can be guys, that it can be so, like, you know, gender queer and, like, interesting. And then the motherfucker, she came out as a trans woman. And I'm like, God damn it! And I remember one of my subtle gestures to start, like, cluing in people that there might be something weird with my gender is that I used a photo from Ezra Furman as my avatar on Facebook and Tumblr for like months. And this was before I came out of the closet, in the hopes that someone will put 2 and 2 together and I wouldn't have to spell it out for them. And it was specifically a photo of Ezra Furman in her video My Body Was Made, where she is quote unquote cross-dressing, but she wasn't actually cross-dressing. It's very funny how that works. Anyway, I think that's a very Jennyffer musician. Also, god damn it, this fucking cold open is going for way too long. I stretched this too much, but I just like these two scenes way too much, and I thought your father is coming back, it's like the perfect line to cut to credits, so I decided to include both of them, even though I shouldn't. People have praised me a lot for this jacket. Like, they really, really like this this entire clothing for Jenny. Also, I am establishing here that Jenny likes to take photos and has an active Instagram because, you know, I am setting up a joke for later. It's all about writing here, guys. It's all about the arcs. It's all about the payoffs. It's all about the setups. It's all about the arcs.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Jenny, I have news.
Mom! I'm taking photos for Instagram. Knock before you come in. Jesus!
Your father. He's coming back. From the army.
What a great gag. What a way. That's good timing. Joke is all about deliveries, and I think I do a really good job there.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3 and he didn't leave much.
Oh, the song that you can hear there in the radio is A Boy Named Sue, sung by Johnny Cash. I think this song is like the perfect way of like kind of setting up the tone that the relationship between Jennyffer and her dad have. And I was, you know what, I'm gonna leave this observation for later. I just think it's a pretty good song to establish this dynamic.
Yeah, what do you want?
Sir, would you mind stop smoking? The smoke is getting to the back of the car.
Hey, fuck off. This is my car.
Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke and it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
My whole life through. Some gal would giggle
Thank you
and I'd
for
grin,
not
some
smoking.
guy'd laugh and I'd bust.
I like that. In here I am establishing. Also, I love the detail of the fucking glass beads buried on his hand. I like to think that I am establishing here that the dad has anger issues and he's a very intense guy, but also he's kind of honorable, right? Like he first made a very polite and very reasonable request of not smoking inside the fucking car, and it's only when the other person is being an ass that he responds in kind. Even like, although he's actually escalating a lot, but you know,
Said, I'll tell you, life ain't easy for a
you
boy.
see, like he's polite and everything. Man, this is the most mean-spirited that we see Jenny in the entire fucking show. God damn.
Ready to...
And the thing is that you know that she's being like completely bad faith and spite driven. Like she doesn't actually care about like fucking military abuses and war crimes and all of that, or colonialism or all of that stuff. She's just using it to be mean to her dad completely cynically. Also, I completely fucked up Jennyfer's placement there. As you can see, her hand is split. It's meant to fit with the rope of it over there. I should have put it a little higher.
Receive my retarded semen donor.
See, I am reinforcing the fact that she uses Instagram. Like, oh, I'm constructing a joke here.
Into...
Also, we can see how she's dressed as Clarissa from the indie comic Clarissa, about a girl who is being sexually abused by her dad. That's a weird fucking comic, man, because you can never tell what the fuck kind of tone that comic is going for, because it's talking about such an horrible, horrible, dark subject, and it's doing it kind of comedically, but not really. Like, it shows the act itself as this horrible, serious thing. It shows the horrible, horrible reality of being an abused child with an abusive father. Like, it doesn't paper over that. It doesn't sugarcoat it. It doesn't like it doesn't disrespect the reality of it. But it's surrounded by these weird, silly gags that try to give it this tone of like a newspaper comic strip or like a 90s cartoon show or a sitcom. It's the weirdest thing ever. And it just makes it like 1,000 billion times more uncomfortable. And I think it's a perfect reference to put in this show. And it's a reference that Jennyffer is doing very deliberately. Like, she is invoking this to make everyone uncomfortable because she's lashing out because she's an angry teenager.
My house. No, that's a bit too mean. My dumbass semen donor into my house and post. Jenny, what are you doing? Oh, Jenny, that's really cruel. He's not.
Like, that's such a mean way of referring to your dad as a semen donor. Like, there is no familiar relationship here. There is no emotional connection here. You're just meat. You're just meat that provided DNA for my existence, and that is it. It's like, it's very dehumanizing.
A baby killer.
That's a fantastic perspective. I did an incredible job in the foreshortening of the mom here.
He's a drone pilot.
Oh shit, I'm getting
Right,
political
so then
here.
we're getting a loser who spent all his time in the army playing video games. Oh, he's really not so bad, Jenny. Wait, whoa, hold on. What do you have there? What? These are just my normal clothes that I use every day, all the time. Never mind.
So I put this bit of dialogue here to like try to clue in the viewer that there is something specific going on with her clothes, right? Because like, obviously people are not gonna fucking know what Clarissa is. Obviously people are not gonna be familiar with such an obscure and horrible and dark little comic that exists almost only online. So I have to give the audience a clue that there is something deliberate about the clothes that she's wearing.
The clothes. I was talking about the box. That's the rape kit I keep in the closet. Well, you never know.
Why does the mom have a rape kit in the closet?
You hear all the time that stories like this happen. I'm just trying to be prepared, you know? Jenny, your dad is not going to rape you. Now,
A friend of mine said that is probably the darkest, riskiest joke that I put in the entire show. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I can see where she's coming from.
put that back in the closet. Are you talking about the box? Or are you talking about me?
That's an obvious joke.
I wish the vaccines had just made it autistic.
I heard that. You would have probably thrown me to the wolves if I was autistic.
I don't like that line. That's stretching the joke a little too much. Like, that's like overstaying your welcome. Like, the final, I wish the vaccines had just made her autistic is such a good line to like end it right there. Like, that's good. You can leave now. That's the payoff. But I needed an excuse to segue into this following line.
Jenny, I don't know how else I can say this. Your dad is a good. Oh God. Okay, just stay in your room. I'll tell you when he's ready. Okay? I'll get him.
I love the sense of foreboding suspense and tension that I am building on this episode. That's a thing that I've been complimented for. And like, this is such a good way of doing that. The reactions of the mom. I like that it keeps you guessing, right? Like it all of this makes you suspect, right? All of this makes you have the suspicion that the dad is probably not a good guy, or maybe a little abusive. I don't know. Like why is she so scared? Why is she so tense? But obviously it's all misdirection, as we're about to see.
I'll get him ready.
I'm reusing backgrounds here from episode 5.
Okay.
That's another great subversion of misdirection. He looks like such a big guy, and turns out that he isn't. Like, I love how this guy keeps you guessing. Immediately you see, oh, he's just a tiny dude. And I don't know why. I mean, I know why. He looks like a tiny, cranky dude, but like, he has such Karkat energy here. I don't know why, but he has amazing Karkat energy. And the mom kind of looks like Teresi because of her glasses.
Jonathan,
Joanna, I'm so happy that I'm back with you.
I missed you so much.
And boom, there we go. See, like, immediately, completely subverts our expectations. Like, we were expecting some monster, and we have like this incredibly human moment between both of them, and like, we immediately buy, oh, these people actually genuinely love each other. This is not necessarily an abusive relationship. They clearly care for each other. They clearly love each other. This is real. Also, it's funny that he's kind of, I think, as tall as Joanna.
Welcome, baby home killer. Yeah, I can tell.
Oh,
And this is another great way. Like, this is, boom, this is punch number 2. It's like, oh, he has like a good humor about it. Like, he can laugh it off. He can laugh at himself. Like, oh, okay. He's not flying off the handle. Like, look at that smirk there.
I forgot.
Yeah, well, what can I say? You're not wrong. After all, that is the reason why I quit.
Oh, I didn't know they let you do that.
Oh, you can, if you are, you know, insubordinate enough. But forget about that.
I love that photo in the wall. It's first of all, I love it's kind of like that scene in Shaun of the Dead. No, in Hot Fuzz, where you see the guy posing next to his self-portrait, next to his photo of himself, and they have the exact same pose. I don't know why. There's a lot of photos of my childhood that are my parents in vacations, in holidays, in a trip with me as a baby. Like almost all of the photos that I have of my childhood is me as a baby and my parents taking me on a trip to somewhere.
I want to know what's going on here in the house. How's Jennyffer?
Yes, that's it.
Also, that's another interesting thing, right? Like, he clearly is not very happy with the army. He clearly is not very happy with the military. He's clearly not very happy with his time there. So that's another interesting bit of character.
Exactly what I wanted to talk about. You see, there's some delicate news. Well, hold on. Did you just say Jennyffer?
Yes, Jennyffer. How is she?
I love this scene. I love how the build-up continues.
Beautiful little baby princess, whom I love very, very much.
What the fuck?
Ah, there you are. Careful with your language, lady.
How
Like, he's saying all the right things, but his attitude is making you hesitate.
the fuck did you find out?
I follow you on Instagram, dumbass!
And that is the final payoff. That's why I've been building the whole Instagram thing. It's such a good way of... And now you think back on the fact that she was posting on her Instagram, like, preparing to receive my retarded semen donor. And he saw that. He fucking saw that. So, yeah, he's very justifiably angry. I was worried that this might come as a little too abusive. Like, oh, he's throwing things at her daughter and hitting her with them. But, like, I think Jennyffer has been enough of a shit, and this show has enough of a cartoonish tone that it works.
This song is about a boy named Sue.
I cannot believe how lucky I was that there was a female cover of A Boy Named Sue, and it was by fucking Miley Cyrus. It's just too perfect. I could not write this on purpose. It's just too fucking perfect. Like, it's just, yeah, this song made by a guy that is like the ultimate dad musician, right? Johnny Cash is like the ultimate cool, tough, old guy musician. And then there is a cover made by Miley Cyrus, who is like the ultimate immature teenage girl rebel kind of fucking mess musician. And like that is such a perfect replication of the dynamic between Jennyfer's dad and Jennyffer. It's just too perfect. I'm so lucky that this exists.
But I don't give a fuck. Let's do this shit. Here we go.
Also, apparently she did this song. I don't think she released it officially as like a single or in an album or anything. She just made this song in a concert. And it's sad because you can tell that she really loves this song and she thinks it's really funny and she likes Johnny Cash. And she was trying to sing it. And you can tell that she was trying to rope her audience in on the joke. But the audience clearly did not find it funny. Like, you can see her throughout the song trying to be like, why aren't you guys laughing? It's funny. Come on, guys, laugh. It's kind of pathetic.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3 and he didn't leave much for Mom and me. Just his old guitar and an empty
Bottle of booze.
And now I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing
That he ever did.
was before he left, he ain't named me Sue. And he must have thought that he was quite a joke.
Here's where I am explaining the reference just in case the audience... Like, I like to explain my references in the credits because it's a good opportunity to introduce my audience to cool shit that they might not have heard of.
And it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks, and it seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head.
Don't listen to the credits. You should totally read the comic.
Boy named Sue.
Oh, and this is a beautiful scene.
So, what can I get my little girl this Christmas?
I want a beer,
Fuck no.
cigarette,
Try again.
a gun.
You do need to be able to defend yourself now that you're a lady. I'm gonna get you a knife.
Yay!
I don't know what else can I say. That's just a perfect scene. It's it's so adorable. I love, I really love the character of the father of Jenny. I think he might be my favorite character in the entire show. I love how he's like this really intense guy that looks very threatening, but he's actually very reasonable and very nice and very fair and very honorable, you know? I love that old man stoicism that is nonetheless very fair and very reasonable and very open-minded. It's just something that I love. And that has been episode 8. I will see you next on episode 9.